Oh, Lord have mercy.
White people.
Students at Jackson High School in Ohio held a protest on Monday in the school's cafeteria after videos went viral of their classmates and a parent saying racial slurs. One of the videos showed three white girls that have been identified as students at Jackson High School and one of their parents screaming the racial slur. In that same video, the parent of one of the students stated, quote, "We don't say the black word," while laughing. And in another video showing the white female students stating happy birthday racial slur. A picture also surfaced that showed a white male student and a white towel over his head with the caption, "I'm a member of this group." A senior at Jackson High School, Kennedy Satterfield, stated, "I don't think hurt is the right word. It was definitely more than hurt. I was disgusted and concerned for my own safety and other black kids' safety." Community members like Tanya Bowen stated that Jackson Township is known for being racist. Another woman that is familiar with the town and the school made a TikTok video to echo those same claims. Quote, "If you know anything about the reputation of Jackson schools and the people that go there, three words tend to come up when describing them: rich, snobby, and racist." The senior also told the local news that she had been dealing with racism since her freshman year. Quote, "This isn't the first time that we've come into contact with you knowing racial tensions, but it sucks a lot because you think that you're safe at school sometimes, and then you see stuff like this from other students." Black and white students gathered in the cafeteria to hold a protest on Monday. It was also stated that the school district does not tolerate racism of any kind, but can't discipline the students because the videos were made not on school property. The superintendent also stated that he did mention that the students who made the videos on school property will face consequences, but didn't disclose what that consequence will be. Satterfield stated that the principal and the superintendent are looking at starting a student board to educate the community after she reportedly met with both more than once this week. Quote, "My phone hasn't stopped blowing up since last night. I've gotten numerous messages from many kids and even parents in support of me using my voice and me helping other kids use their voice to change what's going on in our school." Now, this is my thing. It's great that they had some of the students there collectively. I'm not sure how many, but they, said that some students got together in the cafeteria in order to protest. Now, let me just be real with you. A lot of times when a lot of these protests happen in schools, some kids are like, well, if I get to get out of class and I can talk and be around my friends and act goofy or just do whatever, yeah, I'm up for the protest. I'll sit up there and go, it don't matter, whatnot, or whatever. That's how a lot of students would be. While you have the small minority who are actually there, who actually support the movement, who are actually trying to do something, they're the real ones that people realistically should be, paying attention to. And the other thing, the reason why I brought that up is because sometimes, or a lot of the times, the exact same students that you're trying to go after and have them stop this type of behavior, they're amongst those who are literally trying to stop the behavior. So you'll have a protest, and then you have those said students or who are friends of those said students directly amongst the protest. They're not really there to really stop anything because they don't care. They just understand and learn that, hey, in order to have this, as a good look to make it seem as though that I'm not a part of this thing, even though I'm friends with them, let me just show up and just say something. But then after school, we're going to be in a basement or at somebody else's house outside of the city, and this is what we're going to do. Or we're going to be on a boat trip or a snowboarding trip or going out to the lake, and this is what we're going to sit up there and do when we're around us and all this other type of stuff. Like I said, you can't really, you got to take a lot of this stuff with, a grain of salt. And then the other thing where you have the school talking about, yeah, we're thinking about starting a committee. The committee is not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. It's going to be a minority of a minority, and they're going to be there at the school. At the end of the day, in order for anything to take place, you have to go directly to the parents. Like I've told and said to people countless times, you have the mother in the video of one of the three or four girls that are there. You have the mother there with her face in the video. You can hear that she is highly inebriated, which again is not an excuse, but I'm showing you how the alcohol, when it takes effect, it frees people, right? And the mother was like, "Yeah, we don't say the black word." right? But you got all of these girls around you sitting up there yelling and screaming all of this stuff. But it's quote unquote just girls having fun, girls being girls, they're just having fun and all this other type of stuff. It's nothing serious. They weren't doing it to harm anybody. Right. That's the way that they're going to sit up there and excuse it. The school isn't going to do anything because they're allowing these girls to have the leeway because a lot of the people in the school, they more than likely did the exact same thing back in the 2000s, back in the 90s, back in the 80s, back in the 70s. A lot of them are part of the exact same circle. A lot of these girls' parents know the people that are the head of the school because they all used to go to school together. They all grew up in the same neighborhood, right? They all went to the same colleges. Their families know each other. So nothing is going to happen. There's not, even if there was a case, nobody's going to get prosecuted because everybody knows everybody. Remember, what was the main thing that one of the women, a lady stated earlier, that when you think of the area, when you think about the town or the city or wherever this is, you think rich, you think snobby, you think racist. Nothing in there says that they're a collective of good people, that they're wholesome people, that they care for everybody, that they acknowledge everybody as a human being, right? So that also means that the teachings, like I said before, all of this comes directly from the teachings of the parents. It comes from the teachings of that whole biome that is there, that whole ecosystem that is there. That comes from Steve the mailman, John the milkman, Larry, the UPS guy, to Bob that owns the mom and pop convenience store right down the way, to everybody that is there. And again, everybody there is in cahoots. Everybody is in the exact same bed, which means that everybody has the exact same belief. Everybody has the exact same speech. Some people would sit up there and say, "Oh, but how do you know this? How can you broad brush, and generalize so many people that you don't even know? That sounds a bit racist to me." Actually, it's not. This situation is what is racist. To see a grown adult directly amongst the younger females there and deciding to egg on this whole thing and to like not stop and not correct, not give any context or any type of history, that lets you know where everybody is. That lets you know how this behavior is condoned. And again, this is not the first time that this has taken place. There's a multitude of videos of these students directly out there committing to these exact same actions. So, like I said, all of this starts from home. No ifs, ands, or buts. And again, this is America. This is the future.